Good morning, students. Let's continue our topic in VBScript, that is array and its inbuilt functions. We will discuss array and its types, inbuilt functions. So what is an array? Array is a collection, as we know, array is a collection of multiple data values. It can hold more than one value in a single variable at a time. When a data series of values is stored in a single variable, then it is known as an array variable. Array is having a continuous memory, and it is a collection of homogeneous and also heterogeneous items. In general, as we know, C programming contains the array of homogeneous items, but here in VBScript we can have heterogeneous elements as in an can be stored in an array. Okay, so remember it. It is here we can store different types of items also in an array. Arrays are declared the same way as a variable has been declared, except that the declaration of an array variable uses parentheses. The first method is that using dim, it can be displayed using dim. Dim ARR1 is the name of the variable, array variable, and it is declared with the parentheses. So here we have not defined any size of this array. Then second method is with the declaration of the size of the array. Dim ARR2 and 5 is the size, which indicates that it is the last index. Here 5 indicates the last index, okay? It means that the array will store 6 elements starting from 0 index to 5 index. Third method is using array parameter. You can write in this way, dim ARR3, and ARR3 is equal to a array function. Then you can write different elements inside the brackets. Array declaration stores values from 0 to the size index. It can never be negative. The value can never be negative. It can store an integer or string or character in a single array variable. So it is of homogeneous, not homogeneous type, heterogeneous type. Assigning values to an array, we can assign different types of values to an array in this way. Dim ARR5, it means it is an array of 6 elements. This indicates that 0 to 5th index. ARR0 means the first element is 1, the second element is VBScript, third element is 100, the next element is 2.5, fourth next element is a date, and next element is a time. So as we can see from this example that we can store different types of elements, values in an array. For multi-dimensional array, you can write in this way, ARR 2, 3. It means it has 3 rows from which ranges from 0 to index to 2, and there are 4 different columns starting from 0th index to 3. And we can store the values in this format. ARR00 means the first element is apple, and the second element will be orange. Here 0 indicates the first row and second column. Then next is the redeem statement. It is used to declare a dynamic array variable and allocates or reallocate storage space. The syntax of redeem is as redeem preserve variable name subscript. Here preserve is an optional parameter which is used to preserve the data in an existing array. Variable name is the name of the variable, array variable. Subscript is a required parameter which indicates the size of the array. Let's see the example. Dim a is a variable. There is a variable with no size defined. I is equal to 0. Then redim is equal to a5. See here we are dynamically changing the size of the array to 5. It means now it can store 6 elements. And here a0 is equal to xyz, a1 is equal to 41.25, a2 is equal to 22. Again, we have written redeem preserve a7. It means these values will be preserved in an array from 0th index to 2, second index, and after that we can continue, we can store another values also with the help of for loop. For I is equal to 3 to 7, ai is equal to I. It means we can store other values also in this array with the help of redeem statement. This is the syntax of for loop as we have not studied yet. For writing the for loop, you need to write for, then range is written as I is equal to 3 to 7. It means the starting iteration will be 3 to 7, last iteration. And after writing these statements, you need to write the next for the next iteration. Then here is the next for loop which is used to display the items or elements of the array. For I is equal to 0 to upper bound. U bound means the upper bound of an array, means the last index value, and we are displaying each and every values of this array with the help of this for loop. Now let's see some of the inbuilt functions of array. L bound is the lower bound, which returns the smallest subscript of the specified array. Its syntax is L bound, array name and dimension. For which dimension we want to retrieve the lower bound, you need to define here. You can see the example here. Let's see in this example here. It's written lower bound. Okay, here. Lower bound ARR2, 1. It means for first dimension you need to display the lower bound of ARR2 is the array name, and you need to write the dimension of lower bound for first dimension. Yeah, you can see the output of this example. Now next function is the upper bound. Upper bound returns the largest subscript of the specified array. It is similar to the lower bound, and you need to write the name of the array and the dimension for which you want to retrieve the upper bound. Again, you can see the example. The first parameter is the array name, and the second parameter is the dimension. You can see the output. The largest subscript for first dimension of array is 3, and the largest subscript for the second dimension is 2 as an output for the previous example. Then the next function is the split function, which returns an array that contains a specific number of values splitted based on a delimiter. The syntax will be split expression. You can write the string, then you can write the delimiter as an optional parameter. Count is also an optional parameter, and compare is also an optional parameter, where expression is the required parameter, the string expression that can contain a string with delimiters. Here delimiter is used to convert into arrays based on a delimiter. It can be a character or operator or character or any specific symbol. Then count is an optional parameter. The number of subscripts to be returned, and if specified as -1, it means all the substrings are to be returned. Compare is an again optional parameter which specifies which comparison method is to be used. 0 indicates perform a binary comparison, and 1 indicates the textual comparison. This is the example. As you can see in this example, there is a variable a which is equal to split. There is a string red, $blue, $yellow, and after a comma it is written $symbol. This is the delimiter. And this function split will convert it this string red, $blue, $yellow into an array, and all the elements will be stored in this A. As you can see, B is equal to upper bound A, and for 0 to B, document.write the value of array is I, is A of I, B, then BR tag is used to for next line. It can be used to display all the elements of an array. So it will split is as red, blue, then yellow. Where there is a dollar statement, from there it will divide the elements. As you can see here, the first element is red, then blue, then yellow. Just opposite of the split function is the join function, which returns the string that contains a specified number of substrings in an array. Join list, you can write here the list or array, and delimiter here is an optional parameter if you want to give some delimiter or not. Here is a function array. A is equal to array red, blue, yellow, which contains 3 elements, red, blue, yellow, and the next statement, it is written join A. It means we are going to join the values of this or we are going to convert this array elements into a string. Now here the output will be red, blue, yellow. Okay, and if we use dollar symbol also as a next parameter, then the output will be like this: red, dollar, blue, dollar, yellow. This will be the string. As you can see in this output, for the first output is red, blue, yellow, and the second output is red, dollar, blue, dollar, yellow. The filter statement is used to return a zero-based array that contains a substring or subset of a string based on specific filter criteria, and which syntax is filter input string, comma value, include and compare, where input string is a required parameter and this parameter corresponds to an array of strings to be searched. Include is an optional parameter. This is a Boolean value which indicates whether or not to return the substring that include or exclude. And compare is used for comparison method. You can see the example and check for the outputs. The next function is the array function, which is used to check whether a variable is an array variable or not. This is the syntax: is array variable name. It will return either true or false. The next function is the erase function, which is used to reset the values of fixed array or free the memory of a dynamic array. Erase array name is a syntax. For fixed numeric array, each element in an array is reset to 0, and fixed string array, each element in an array will reset to 0 length. And in case of array of objects, each element in an array is reset to special values, that is nothing. So this is again the example of VBScript array, which you can try to check the output. That's all in this lecture.